Hey guys, what's going on? This is Travis P11 and we are back. And today our friends over at thetruthaboutguns.com, they broke some details for us on the new Taurus AR-15. Yes, that is right. Taurus is now producing an AR-15. Now maybe they made one in the past. If they did, I wasn't aware of it. So what we're going to do is just take a look at some of the specifications and details on this particular AR-15 and maybe help you make a decision whether or not this is something you want to consider buying. Alright, so first of all, what do we need to know about it? Well, the model is called the T4SA, and we'll talk about the MSRP at the very end. You're going to have your choice of M-LOK or key mod handguards. It's going to come in 3 different barrel lengths from what I've seen in the article, 16-inch, 14.5-inch, and also an 11.5-inch version. So they are going to make an SBR version that you'd be able to get if it would happen to be available in your particular state. It's going to come in a variety of different finishes. It also is going to come with the Magpul CTR and I believe MOE pistol grip already installed on it from the factory. Okay, they're also going to sell a Cerakote Elite version in sand or jungle, as well as a matte black anodized. It is going to have a mil-spec buffer tube with it when it comes out. It is made in the USA, which is definitely a good thing. Standard charging handle and a lack of an ambi safety on the bottom, something to note. It does have the Taurus logo engraved in the lower. Kind of let you take a look at that. So it is kind of interesting that they're just now coming out with one with all these ARs that are out in the market now. You know, what is it that's going to really give Taurus this edge? And that's an important point that I think we need to discuss. You know, from a consumer standpoint and maybe a shooting enthusiast, is this gun really going to give you your money's worth when it comes to buying it? It is going to have a mil-spec trigger group, safety and bolt release, as well as, like I said, mil-spec charging handle. The trigger guard is going to be an aftermarket Magpul unit. Taking a look inside, I mean, it's nice. Nothing exciting, but it's nice. Now, let me just say something right now, guys. I am a fan of Taurus pistols. I've owned several. I own several. So I'm not ripping on the Taurus, but there's just one little detail about this that's just going to keep nagging me about it that's maybe going to push me away from wanting to buy one, okay? So, again, the H2 heavy buffer, which we have towards the rear. You've got an MPI inspected, magnetic particle inspected bolt carrier group. Check out the staking on the gas key. It does have a staked castle nut also, which is nice. I mean, they're not skimping on the details. They're not making a junk AR. I mean, I really do think it looks like a solid piece. I think that it does, in fact, have a lot to offer it as a shooting package. And if you're a fan of Taurus guns, you know, you might consider picking one of these up. We're looking at a 1-in-7 twist barrel, M4 profile, melanite treated. So is the bolt carrier group, as well as all the bolt itself. Your most important vital parts are going to be melanite treated, and again, including that barrel. And so is the barrel nut. Now, this particular rifle up here, they claim that they've run 7,500 rounds through it. These are the spent shells. Well, apparently it's the spent shells. And they've done so without any kind of cleaning and lubrication. On the literature that Taurus has shared, which I'll bring up here in just a second, and I'll put the link in this article, this PDF right here. Oh, let's hide that retail for just a second. They do go over all the details. They do claim the barrel has a life of 10,000 rounds. The test guns have fired over 300,000 rounds, and so far they've proven themselves to be reliable. MSRP of $11.99. Wait, what? Whoa. Oh, MSRP of $1,200. Okay, I guess the big question I would ask at this point is why? And it's not just because I would love to buy one of these. I would buy one of these. I just can't justify that kind of expense on this overall package. Okay, now you're going to say, well, we'll prove it. What else can you get for that kind of money? Let me prove to you what you can get for half that amount. Okay, so now again, I've never fired this gun. It's probably awesome. It's going to be great to shoot. I love AR-15s. I own several. I'm a big fan of Taurus guns. But the MSRP, I don't understand what the marketing people were thinking when they were pushing this out. I mean, okay, yeah, mil-spec, everything looks great, but every gun out there is like that these days. There's so many mil-spec rifles you can get out there that do not cost. Now, granted, we're talking an off-the-shelf price of what, $9.99, maybe $8.99? So let's just use $900 as the standard, all right? What is $900 going to get you? Well, let's just cruise over to Palmetto State Armory. Okay, we can get you for $339 basically an identical upper. Okay, key mod, right? 1-in-7 twist nitride coated with bolt carrier group and charging handle for $339. Say, well, what about the lower? What about the lower? Okay, so that's $340. Well, for a lower, we can get you a CTR with Magpul grip for $209. So for like not even $600 out the door, if my math is right. If not, I'm close. You can essentially get an identical spec rifle. Now, let's just finish up with some of the details about this rifle. Again, if this was $650, $700, I might consider getting one. I don't know. It's really hard for me to justify the cost. So again, somebody who's a Taurus fan is probably going to buy it, and they're really not going to care, and that's perfectly fine. Okay, it is a direct gas impingement system. It's not piston driven. Again, it's not an ambidextrous safety. Not a deal breaker, but it's nice to have that on your lower if they can do so. We're looking at a weight of 6.41 pounds. Collapse 31 inches long. Stock fully extended 34.25. Barrel length 14.5 or 16 inches, as well as an 11.5 inch that you can order in certain markets. 1 and 7 inch twist. Again, all melanite treated, crucial components. Mil spec trigger setup. We talked about the trigger guard on there. Again, operational barrel life 10,000 rounds. And a failure rate of one failure to what, either fire, feed, eject within every 10,000 rounds. So I mean, we've got some very solid specifications here. I didn't get a chance to look and see what the weight of the trigger pull is. I'm sure it's in here someplace if we look it over. So it's not a bad looking gun. Okay, it looks really cool. You know, I mean, I can tell you right now, you could go over to Bear Creek Arsenal and get something almost identical to this for like $650. Heck, Classic Firearms sometimes sells them for $649. So I'm just kind of up in the air about this. I guess if you're going to introduce a Taurus to the market, and this is my little soapbox rant, why wouldn't you want to make the price competitive with the competition? And maybe they think $1,200 is for the package that they're offering. Maybe their cost of materials and workmanship, because it is American made, might be just a little bit higher. So I don't know. I'm sure the tests are going to be coming out soon, and it'll be range tested, and people are going to say it's great and it's awesome to shoot and so on. But again, it's that price. It's that price that can cause the death of it. Case in point, Bushmaster ACR, awesome gun. Is it worth a couple $1,000? Maybe. I guess that's up to you to decide. So anyway, guys, that's my little share with you today. So you can go over to truthaboutguns.com and check out this article. I will post a link to it if you want to check it out yourself and look and see what you think. And let's see, what else do we need to know? I'd say that pretty much wraps it up. So there we go, guys. And again, I'll put that link for the PDF in this video in the description box, so you can download that material if you want it to. So there we go, guys. So please like or subscribe if you like my channel. Check me out over on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, gunchannels.com with the Ordinary Average Guy Gun Channel. I'm always putting out all kinds of new material. I do have to admit, one of the reasons why I make videos like this is because we have a raging blizzard going on outside. I'd love to be at the range right now shooting a gun. Can't do it, so all I can do is sit around and try to scour the internet and try to bring you guys some of the latest news. All right, so again, not a range test. I would be willing to shoot the gun. I would consider buying one if I really, really liked it. But until I get my hands on one, it would be hard to justify, say, $1,000 out the door price. Okay, so there you go. All right, guys. So thanks for joining us today. I want you to like or subscribe, guys. I want you to have a great week, have a safe week, and as you know, we will talk to you soon. All right, take care. Bye.